Hey everyone, and welcome. We're absolutely swimming in data these days, right? But turning all those numbers into a picture that actually makes sense, well, that's a whole other ballgame. Too often, our charts are just confusing. So today, we're going to crack open the secrets from Dona M. Wong's amazing Guide to Information Graphics and learn how to make our data crystal clear. So let's just start with a really honest question. Think about the last chart you had to make for work, or even just one you saw online. Did you look at it and immediately get it? That aha moment? Or was it more of a squint and tilt your head kind of moment? It's okay, we've all been there. But that difference between instant clarity and total confusion is exactly what we're talking about today.
You know, before we can get to the good stuff, we have to talk about the bad. We need to face the music and look at some of the most common chart crimes that, let's be real, we're probably all a little guilty of.
Oh yeah, first up, the classic 3D effect. It's so tempting, isn't it? It looks so fancy. But here's the hard truth. It's a total disaster for communication. That 3D perspective completely distorts the data. Suddenly, the slice of the pie chart in the front looks way bigger than it is, and you can't tell where the tops of the bars actually land. It's all decoration, and it just gets in the way of the story. And then there's this masterpiece. I call it the spaghetti mess. This is what happens when we get a little too excited and try to cram like 10 different trend lines onto one graph. It just becomes a tangled, unreadable disaster. You can't follow any single story. The rule to live by here is super simple. 4 lines, max. Any more than that, and you've got spaghetti. Now this one is probably the sneakiest chart crime of them all. Starting a bar chart's axis at anything other than 0. It seems like such a small thing, but it is a huge no-no because it completely blows the differences out of proportion. You can make a tiny 20% bump look like a massive world-changing explosion. Whether you mean to or not, you're misleading your audience. So you might be thinking, okay, these are just little design mistakes. What's the big deal? Well, the thing is, getting these details wrong has some pretty serious consequences. This isn't just about making things look nice. It's about communicating clearly and, honestly, ethically. I love this quote from Dona Wong because it just nails it. Making a good chart isn't some extra credit skill for designers, it's a core communication skill for everybody. It's just as important as being able to write a clear sentence. Think about it that way. It's a whole language. And let's be super clear, the stakes are high. One bad, misleading chart can absolutely destroy your credibility. It can kickstart misinformation that spreads like crazy. And maybe worst of all, it can lead your team or your whole company to make really poor decisions, all based on a distorted picture of reality. Okay, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about how to fix it. The great news is there's a clear path forward. There are simple, golden rules we can follow to go from committing chart crimes to creating chart masterpieces. The book lays out this awesome 4-step process. It all starts with research. You gotta have good, solid data. Then comes the most important step, in my opinion, edit. This is where you filter everything down and ask, what's the one thing I'm trying to say? Then you plot, choosing the right tool for the job. And finally, the step everyone wants to skip, review. Seriously, check your work. One tiny typo can make the whole thing wrong. And through all those steps, you have to remember this mantra. Say it with me. Data is the hero of the story. You are not the hero. Your cool design skills are not the hero. Your job is to make the data the star of the show. Every single choice you make should just be to help the data tell its story more clearly. And wow, just look at the difference when you put that principle into practice. On the left, you've got decoration. It's loud, it's cluttered, it's confusing. But on the right, that's communication. We just stripped away all the junk and boom, the story in the data is instantly obvious. It's simple, it's clean, it's honest. All right, let's zoom in on one of the most powerful and most misused tools we have, color. Color is not there to just make things pretty. It's a powerful weapon for communication used to give data meaning and to guide the viewer's eye. We see this all the time, right? Red for down, green for up, or just red and green for 2 different categories. It feels so natural, so intuitive, but it's hiding a huge problem. Get this. For about 1 in every 10 men who have red-green color blindness, those 2 colors look almost exactly the same. So if you're in a meeting with 20 guys, there's a good chance 2 of them literally cannot read your chart. By relying only on red and green, you've accidentally excluded a huge chunk of your audience. So what do? It's actually pretty simple. The book gives us 3 great rules. 1,
Pick colors that have different levels of brightness, not just a different shade. 2. If you're ever in doubt, just put a label directly on the data. And 3, here's the pro tip. When you think you're done, check your chart in grayscale. If you can still tell everything apart, you've nailed it. Of course, all the color theory in the world won't help you if you're using a screwdriver to hammer a nail. You've got to pick the right chart for the job, and that all comes down to the story you're trying to tell. So here's a quick and dirty cheat sheet for you. If you need to show how something changes over time, you want a line chart. If you're comparing separate things like sales by region, a bar chart is your best friend. And remember, start that axis at 0. And the infamous pie chart, only use it when you're showing parts of a single whole, and for the love of clarity, never use more than 5 slices. Okay, let's pull all of this together. Because following a list of rules is a great start. But the real transformation happens when you adopt a whole new mindset for how you show information to people. See, this isn't about memorizing do's and don'ts. It's about developing a deep respect for both your data and your audience. It's a mindset built on 3 pillars: clarity, so people understand you; integrity, so people trust you; and simplicity, so nothing gets in the way of the actual story. And if you forget everything else we talked about today, please remember this. Simplify, simplify, simplify. When you think your chart is finished, it's not. Look at it again and ask yourself, what else can I take away? Keep removing things until you can't possibly remove anything else without losing the core message. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. The next time you're about to make a chart, stop. Don't just think about plotting points on a graph. Ask yourself, what is the single most important story that this data is begging me to tell? Find that story. And then build the simplest, clearest, most honest chart you can to bring it to life.